Hi.
Hi.
So we're in Nick's studio today and we are on Thoughts Knots episode 9. So today we're going to talk about MBTI. You know what's MBTI?
Actually, no.
No?
I've done the test, but I don't exactly know what it means.
So like technically there's like 16 personality types.
Okay.
And then there's that, of course, the extroverted introvert thing. And then then there's, okay, for me, I'm a INFP. So it means that F is for feelings, then P is perspective, type of thing. But I have I have a theory that is not totally like accurate, you know. And then just now you're telling me that you did the gene, what's it called?
Gene skis.
Yeah, so I guess that's a way of like doing your personality also. It's like similar to MBTI. Yeah, but I think the gene keys is more like broad. Yeah.
Broad?
As in like it has a bigger it has a broader spectrum compared to MBTI, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, but my friends tell me that they feel that you shouldn't be for example, if I'm an INFP, I should act like an INFP. Yeah, what do you think about it? Like,
what do I think about it?
Yeah, so for example, you saw your gene keys, right? Then do you feel that you generalize yourself according to these like gene keys?
Oh.
Yeah.
As in this personality test.
Yeah, like for example, if you're this certain personality, I am that personality. You know, I will not like stray away from it. Yeah.
The logic of me going into looking at these, right, is trying to find comfort in who am I? Because I can say that I am an artist, adventurer, and whatnot, and I can define my life purpose as what I think it is. But once I look into these and think it actually is quite parallel with what I'm doing, and then I feel like I remember reading the last line on the 16 personalities. Finally, you have heard. We hear you. Someone actually knows what you're feeling, so that makes it feel very satisfying, like, in a sense. Yeah, but if I were to say I must act like a certain way and everything, I by default already am acting according to what it is. So I don't feel that is something that I need to get into, that's in like morph into. But I think it gives me an insight to my weaknesses and things like, oh, this is the things that you may or may not have been thinking of on the daily life lah. I'm an ENFJ-A, which was quite interesting because I was an ENFJ-T turbulent before, but apparently I became more confident and everything. That's the only difference between the two. Yeah, but we are also apparently it's also like the second most rarest in the world.
Yeah, they have you're the rare 1%.
Yeah, basically. And then like you're the leaders of the world, the people who I'm one below the commander that actually knows what to do. Yeah, so I'm more of like I can lead, I can feel how people are feeling, but sometimes my expectations and for other people versus mine can be all over the place kind of thing. So that's something that I need to take note of. When I read that line, I'm just like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Sometimes I go into like school. When I was in school, I was in film school. Then I would think that my skills equate to how other people do it. But sometimes I forget that people come from O levels and I came from like 2 years of ITE. So I already have like prior experience and also like self-experience. Yeah. So that has taught me to be sort of like a better leader in a sense. Yeah.
So like you learn to discover yourself more in a sense, I would say. Yeah. And okay, so that I think, have you ever met your opposite? So for example, if I'm an INFP, right, I met like an ENFP, so like the extroverted version of myself. Have you ever met before?
I would say I'm not sure.
Yeah, true. I should not. I mean, like, if you're very strange, right, you go to everyone, what's the MBTI?
That feels so weird in thinking about it. Like, what's the other thing called? Horoscopes.
Yeah.
What are you? Cancer. Oh, then I'm a something else. Then I'm like, I cannot figure it. Then I'm just like, bro, you haven't even talked yet.
The thing about all these things, I feel like people will be like, oh, you don't like, you don't work well with this certain like horoscope or this certain MBTI, you know, all these things. But right, I don't think it's always accurate, you know. Like I've met my opposite version of me. So there's this person I won't say the name lah. So I feel that yes, our MBTI is the total opposite, right? But at times I don't really like resonate, you know, that we are still different lah. We still have our own color, yeah, I would say. So I think it's interesting to meet people lah that's opposite of you, but I feel sometimes we shouldn't stereotype to ourselves saying that, oh yeah, he will, you know, understand what I'm going through, you know, type of thing. But it's very interesting to see very similar personalities, I would say. But I shouldn't generalize it as, oh, if I'm an INFP, I have to act a certain way, like just not what we said, you know. And I think same for horoscope also. You know, when I was younger, I always would read like the YG magazine, then they'll tell you like horoscopes every month. Then I thought like, as a kid, I was like, oh, so if I'm a Taurus, you know, I'm a Taurus, then you have to like act a certain way. Yeah, or like eat certain things. And then they have like, lucky color and all. And I grew up and then I think it's actually quite silly lah. Can you imagine if your whole wardrobe don't have that certain lucky color? Then how? So you're unlucky for the entire month? Right. Cannot be what, you know? I think it's, I don't know, I feel like, okay, I hope this doesn't offend people, but I feel like that's the same thing for like crystals also, like in a certain way. Okay. And some people buy like rose quartz or like certain crystals to like enhance themselves. But I feel that you shouldn't totally rely on this type of beliefs lah, you know, that I mean, yes, they say you improve your love life and stuff, but if you totally rely on it, then it's a bit strange lah, to me. That's my view on it. So do you think someone should rely totally, even though like it has your whole personality? Talking about personality just now, like do you need to totally follow what it says? Like, oh, my weakness is this, so I cannot do these certain things. Yeah, you know, like they say for INFP, for me, they say that like, oh, I have a lot of ideas, but they're not always very doable. They're always like very imaginative, but it's not always doable. Yeah, so what do you think about it?
I have 3 thoughts. The first one would be the crystal thing. Yeah. I have a friend that's quite versed in the crystal world, and he kind of dropped one crystal. Yeah, so I was just like, because I did mention before, like I just asked the question, what if you lose your crystals, then how, kind of thing. Which brings me to the next one, where people who don't know themselves in the first place or need a starting point, I best believe that they can believe in these horoscopes on the MBTI, yeah, because it's a direction for them. When the more you get aware with yourself and you understand that, oh, actually I don't like this, or like you said that, oh, this one says that you are not doable for this thing, you can start to counter that, no, I did it, what kind of thing. So I guess not fully to understand for people who really understand themselves, but for people who need something to latch onto first.
A step lah.
A step, it's a stepping stone. But I think it's very fun to read lah.
It is. I think like after I read INFP one, then I think it was quite interesting because like I get to know a part of myself that I didn't know about. Yeah, and then I think like recently like Korea had this on YouTube. They have this like MBTI house. So basically they made like 16 personalities like live together in the same house. Yeah, then I thought like it was quite interesting because you see like different observations of different like MBTI people. Yeah, and it was interesting because like I think like you can see the different energy levels of everyone. So for example, at a certain time of the day, like one person feels very tired, the other person feels very energized and stuff like that. Then after the whole few episodes at the end, then they interview them. So do you think that this MBTI defines who you are? You know, and then many of them, I think a lot of them felt that it didn't like match with what their MBTI was. Yeah, so like they even did surveys of like they get each and every roommate to put sticker. So the sticker, there's 2. One is if you're happy with this certain MBTI, you put a sticker. If you don't like this MBTI the most, then you put the angry sticker. Then subsequently they realized that like a lot of extroverts got like the angry sticker and stuff like that. Then it brought the understanding that sometimes our way of perceiving our personality may be different from what we actually feel. You know, that it's only through us discovering ourselves that, you know, that you actually know yourself the best. Yeah, so
I agree.
Yeah.
I think people are a bit unaware. Because I had this thing where when I was doing the genes keys, the human design and 16 personalities, then I think that others because I was just trying, I am more self-aware of myself if everything is all standardized. All of the tests that I did are the same. they all came out with the same things. So it cannot be that like 16 personality tell me that I'm an INFP. Then after that, the gene keys tell me I'm like I'm supposed to be someone who is a meditator that doesn't do anything in the world. Then just like, but that doesn't make sense. But so far everything became standardized. So I assume that everything is good with me lah. Yeah.
So you don't find like the need to know more from this type of.
Nah, I think that since that was his credentials to say that, maybe I can look into this more. Yeah, like I said just now, what happens if it's taken away from you and you don't have a sense of identity? At least I can look into this and you're like, okay, just try lah. They say that I lack of purpose or this is my purpose and like just follow law. If it doesn't take me anywhere, at least I say, oh, I tried. It doesn't work or it works. Yeah.
I have friends that like they look at you and they be like, I think you're INTJ, you know, that type of thing. It's like from one glance. Yeah, but I think there's some people that they don't really fit in that category. Then what's your view on that? Like they don't fit in this like personality test or like gene keys or anything.
Oh.
Yeah, you know what I mean? They have like a few variations of like.
So it's something like, oh, I'm not an extrovert, I'm not an introvert.
Yeah.
I'm an extrovert and
like
I'm an ambivert.
Yeah. Or like because the last two letters is like T and F, so it's thinking and feeling. Yeah. So I feel things, but I also think a lot, you know? I'm like the in-between. Then how do you like think you should categorize or like, what are your views on it?
Uncategorizable?
Yeah.
That would be like lack of thinking right now.
But do you think it's a bad thing?
No.
Or do you think...
The labels, now it's just... I'm thinking of like outside this personality thing, but labels in terms of work, for example. If you say I'm an artist or no, you say I'm a creative, what does that mean?
True.
Then after that, like they can't really place you. Oh, you're a filmmaker. Okay, I can look for you for film. Or oh, you're an artist, as in you paint. Okay, I can look for everything. But if you say you're anything, and because you say oh you don't fit in the category, it does not mean. I feel that it doesn't mean that you are not easily recognizable. It's just that you're all over the place. No, I can't say that. Hybrid of all. Yeah. Lack of better words. Yeah, hybrid of everything. But you're not really like, what's the word? Pinpointed or just one thing. Yeah.
I think I do have this question though. Like, what if we don't have all these like personality apps? You know, like if we don't have this type of platforms to survey or to read more about self, do you think it's a good thing? Or do you think like we can live without this type of like MBTI? You know? Yeah, what are your thoughts?
Returning the question, like, who started this in the first place? Like, someone might have been like, hey, what are you? Then it's just like, I'm not sure. Maybe we study you. Then how come these certain people do these kind of things? Or maybe because then they go through years of study and became like, okay, we're going to categorize this in like this. Yeah, so I mean, that's the question behind it. Like, but what were you saying? If it's useful.
No, if like
the world,
if the world doesn't have this.
Yeah, exactly. The world didn't have this in the first place. Then someone came up with it. So I guess if we didn't have it in the first place, well, then how do we keep ourselves entertained or even have a step of direction to find who we are or something to try? We can say that I can give an example of like being a creator myself. I create YouTube videos. I stopped creating TikToks because it's not and not all, but like becoming one person creator when you're creating on Spotify /YouTube
so
/YouTube.
Swipe.
Yeah, no, it's not just a swiping. It's saying being one creator and doing so many platforms and you want quality. You have to really prioritize your time. Yeah, but wait, sorry, what's the question? I can't remember. I just got off track. I digress.
If the world doesn't
if the world doesn't have it.
Yeah. Do you think we're fine without it?
How did I get to the YouTube thing? I had such a great point.
You were saying an analogy.
Yeah. I can't remember now. Suddenly I forgot. But just to quick answer the question, I would think that
like, would you think that you'll be fine without it and like do it the old-fashioned way, you know, like to actually know yourself?
Oh, I remember already. As a creator, I stopped watching a lot of other creators because I was feeding off them. In the same way, I'm thinking like if we didn't have the personality thing, right? I'm looking at all the extroverted people and thinking, oh, I must be them. I could be them. Or like the introverted, no, but I'm them kind of thing. So it doesn't it makes you try everything, but it doesn't make you pinpoint what direction you want to go first. So at least once you take the test, it's like, this is what you are. You can either agree with it or not agree with it. So if we didn't have it, then who's going to agree or disagree with anything?
True.
Right? There won't be any conversation that people can have to say like, okay, I can help you. People can't even help each other because they don't even know who they are. Yeah.
I would say it's an interesting way to know someone. You know, for example, your friend says like they are ENTJ, you know, then you don't know anything about this personality, then you go and like read about it. You know, but I feel that you shouldn't like define someone according to what it says totally lah. I mean, like, of course, you know, like a brief, you know, detail about it.
Yeah.
But I feel that you shouldn't like, for example, you say, oh, you're like that because you're ENTJ. You know, like for example, you argue with someone and, oh yeah, it's a very ENTJ thing to do. Yeah, I feel that it shouldn't be the case lah. I mean, of course, you need to know someone lah. When you know someone, you need to go and like interact with the person.
Yeah.
You shouldn't just interact with the person through the app lah. You know, that's, I think, yeah. My answer would be, if we didn't have this app, right, I feel like I would be okay somewhat, you know, because like I still get to know myself through other people, and I do take time off to like get to know myself. Yeah, on that topic, what are some things you do to get to know about yourself, like your personality?
My personality.
Yeah, no app, no like, you know what I mean? It's just you and yourself. Like for me, it's like I do like solo dates, so I get to know myself more. You know, the things that I like to do, the things that I specifically will do to like on my me date stuff thing. Like I would specifically buy a drink, so specifically sit at one spot, my favorite spot. You know, things that I like to do lah, basically. Yeah. So what would your day, your me? I guess is it called me time be like for you?
Me
like,
time.
Yeah.
If you're talking in terms of how did I sort of discover myself, was to really go on my own to discover myself without having people around me, no company. Because it came to the point where I was feeling quite FOMO and depressed because of how everyone out... what's the word for it? No social connections with anyone because everyone has their own life and everything. And because people don't want to be around negativity, they kind of say like, no, Nick, I'm not going to be with you like right now, straight up. So it kind of hurt. So I would be by myself and then I'll think like, oh, why do these people hate me and that kind of thing. But slowly through books, through how other people, I listen to a lot of podcasts. I read a lot of blogs and things like that. So how other people do it in the sense to find themselves is being by themselves basically. So I do a lot of hiking. I saw
your content then you went to like camp somewhere.
Dartmoor. Oh, in UK is it?
It's either UK or the one where you did like a camping, so you brought like a lot of like...
Is it the red colour tent?
Yes, the red colour tent.
That's something which I've wrote about, and also it's something that I show my middle finger to the world in a sense. Because a lot of people said that a lot of people have the expectations of the experience by themselves to say what people can do and can't do. And they have the fear. That's the word I'm looking for. But they don't base it off what I can do or what my experience was. It's always based on what they think might happen. From their own perspective. Correct. Yeah. Me as a scout for the past 13 years have done this like it's not nothing. It's something that I love to do. I'm passionate about it and I am trained in doing these kind of things. So to me, it's just another day at the office kind of thing. And I love it. But other people before I even went, a lot of people are telling me, no, it's not possible to go by yourself. It's very dangerous. Yeah. It's very... Then I'm just like, but I spent the whole night planning out for this thing. I know all the safety precautions. I know how to call and whatever. Already in your... Yeah, it's already pre-planned because I know what to do. But other people are like, no. So once I went through that entire experience, I came out of it thinking, I can do anything now. Because if I was confident enough to take the right step forward to do something, and I did it. And I came out of it alive. Then nobody can tell me that, no, you're not able to do it. I did it. What? It's like me walking my 100 km in 2 days. People say, no, nobody can do it. Sorry, an obese person, 100 kg cannot do it. I walked 100 km in 2 days. What can you say now? Yeah.
I think ultimately you know yourself the best, you know.
Yeah.
They shouldn't let anyone define what you do. So
Yeah, that's true.
yeah. So what would you say to someone who has never been to like a solo date, like never done it, like no me time, and then you just want to try it for the first time, like they finally give time for themselves to go out alone. Yeah, what would you tell them?
They finally get themselves, but then they have the resistance, is it, to say like, no,
yeah,
I don't
like,
know.
you know, oh no, what if people think that like I'm so lonely, or like it's such a negative thing to do. You know, I think when I first went on my solo date, a lot of people were like, are you okay? You know, did anything happen? But I'm just like, no, you know, I just spending time with myself, you know. To them it seems like I don't know, it came off a bit like taboo, you know what I mean? When you talk about like me time, they'll be like, what's me time?
By yourself and everything.
Yeah.
I have a thought, it's very funny. Because when I went, because I do a lot of things by myself, and the question that always comes out is, what happens if I have no friends at all? I really have no friends, no one with me. Then what's stopping me from doing things by myself? Having said that, I have the freedom to do a lot of things by myself, and it just feels much faster, me growing up with it.
Yeah.
But for someone who has never done it before,
Like they've been in a crowd their whole life, you know. They've never done things alone.
I think it's going to be hard. But I can
It's
tell
scary,
you,
man.
when you come out of it by yourself and you're very, know yourself and confident, life is very fun.
Yes, agree.
I was dancing on the bus a few days ago. I do a lot because like, I was telling you how my headphones are like bass boosted and everything. So it feels like a club in my head.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I listen to a lot of like liquid music. So it's like boom, 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 that kind of thing. Yeah, so I was just vibing on the bus and I was just shaking my head. Then after that, there was this like, girl like on the left side of me, sitting at the back of the bus. On the right, she was on the left.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, then she was like, look, giving me that weird look and everything. Then I just looked at her, I smiled, then I gave her the peace sign, then I just went back to my thing. That's something that I don't think a lot of people do.
Yes, I agree.
I do that at Starbucks too.
I can resonate with you because like whenever I take vlogs, right, I just put my phone there, you know, and just video. And then my friends are like, aren't you like self-conscious, you know, people look at you doing this. I'm just like, my theory is that you'll never meet this person again. You know? Like you'll never see that person like, I mean, what's the odds, you know, you'll see this person again when you video it. Yeah, and I feel that you shouldn't really care lah because your life, you know. And you possibly won't see this person again, the person that glare at you or like, you know, look you up and down, you know, that you should just enjoy life, you know. And I think that's how my life got more like simple. I don't need to like really care about what people think and stuff like that. Yeah, and I think that's how I grew also. Because last time I was like, oh no, what if I need to film this footage? But then there's so many people here, you know, that I don't know. Yeah, what am I supposed to do? And I just like, oh yeah, well, I won't meet these people like next day or like, you know, in a month time type of thing. So I shouldn't really like bother about it lah. Yeah, and I think a lot of people will be like, yeah, this Christen's motto. She'll never like bother. She'll just take a video. Which I think is good lah. She'll like tell people that like it's really okay to just be yourself and do whatever you wanna. Yeah, so yeah, I think that's good advice to someone who has never done like me time before.
Well, I think you can change your mindset from there, right? Instead of like they don't care.
True.
They could be you doing your thing, could be someone that they are looking up to take that first step.
Makes sense.
So maybe that girl on the bus was like, damn, he has a lot of confidence.
Yeah.
I wish I could do that. You can.
That's why I aspire whenever I see like a vlogger like overseas, you know, they just like painting in the middle of like a park, you know, on their luggage and stuff like that. And then people were just like giving them like glances and they don't really care. They just video and everything. That was like, you know, how I wish I could be that person. And then I realized, right, slowly after doing me time, I'm just in my own element already. You know, I don't really need to like, what's next to do and stuff like that. Yeah, so I think it's important to have your me time as much as it's not really said enough. Yeah, so I had a question just now, but I can't remember anymore. Yeah, but I think how would life be if you had no hobbies?
Wow, I would be. Then what am I doing?
Yeah, man, that's true. I think we'll just
Straight
be like mind mapping.
Mind mapping? What? There
What's
won't be mind
next?
mapping to do anything. What? Because I don't know what to do next.
True. Yeah, but I think do you think you'll do a 9 to 5 job without like having me time?
9 to 5 job without.
You're doing an office job,
Okay.
and then like Monday to Friday, and then you don't give time for yourself at all. Like, what do you think? Like,
why do you not give time for yourself?
Maybe like you're really very tired from work, you know, or you have pyro plans with friends after work, you go dinner and stuff like that you don't have time for yourself. So you pack your life with work and interactions with people to a point that you have no time for yourself. Yeah, so basically your life is like packed, like really packed. Yeah.
This hypothetical, right? It's just like what?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I'll never do such a thing. Yeah, but talking on like the 9 to 5, I'm going to start an internship 9 to 5. I purposely chose a 9 to 5 because in like arts as we know it, there is technically no 9 to 5. There's no fixed hours, but you work in government companies or things like that. There is a fixed time, which equates to you get your own fixed time to have it to yourself. So even like you say, if I were to pack it with friends, we need to make having time for ourselves a priority.
Yes.
Like meeting your friends and everything. I've done that before where I said to a client that it's something important. Then I went to the coffee shop in front of them. Then they came to ask me, hey boy, you said you had something important. Then I'm like, yeah, me to myself. I've been working on your project for like over and over again. You ask me emails immediately, expect me to reply immediately. It doesn't quite make, like, how fast do you want it until you yourself don't even know what you want. So like sometimes I give the way I do my projects now is I will give myself 2 weeks deadline before I give it to the client, but I finish it on the day itself.
I see.
So I got a lot of time for myself, and I also like reduce the time for the clients to think like, oh, I feel very insecure, I need to change this again. Yeah.
I see. Why do I keep losing the question? Okay.
Because you never write. Oh
no, but that's the whole point, you know, like just so that conversation. Yeah. Okay, let me think. Give me a moment. It's gonna be like dot. Okay.
I like how we just half screen.
Yes. Oh my god. I don't know how long is it. It's like 20 minutes.
Longer than mine. It's fine.
Yeah.
Mine's more serious. Yours is very chill. I like this.
Yeah. Oh, thanks. Okay, let me think. Okay, so. Okay. I got a question. Okay, so, as a creative.
Okay.
Do you agree with me? You're a creative first.
Yes.
Right. Do you feel that you can mold into this 9 to 5, or do you feel that you need to be in like various activities in your life? Like for example, 9 to 5 means office job. Like I see that's now office job Monday to Friday.
Okay.
Yeah, but then various activities means every day you have a different schedule, like a totally different schedule. Like you're trying everything. So it means it's like more versatile lah. You got like maybe one day you have a shoot with someone, next day you have like a collaboration with another brand, or like third day maybe you have like a content creation thing, you know? So do you think you'll live that life, or do you think you're gonna do a 9 to 5 like forever?
It's funny because as a video editor, I am in an office in front of the computer from 9 to 5. So,
but it's different because like you're videoing things that you like to do, right?
Is it on my terms, or am I like working for other people? What's the hypothetical?
Okay, 9 to 5 is you work for others.
Oh, work for others.
Yeah, but
okay.
You're versatile and you're working for yourself. So basically like a...
Okay.
Is it freelance? Is it considered freelance?
Or freelance content creator, is it?
Something like that, yeah.
Oh, would I? Oh.
Yeah, so it's like you live, so you create content for yourself, and maybe sometimes people like ask you for commissions and stuff like that. So it's like that way. Or 9 to 5 means that you're gonna like work for someone. Like for some, I don't know.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah.
This quite deep, no? Because like I actually am. I want to do the other one.
Oh.
Actually,
other one is which one?
Oh, sorry. I'm actually working towards working for myself and also like collaborating with everybody and making content online. So I've been pre-planning it for very long already. 9 to 5 is good because I got I was gonna say free flow income, but that doesn't make any sense. Income comes in and I can spend the nighttime doing my own thing. Yeah, so and it's still working towards it. It's like how you morph your part-time job and it makes more money than your full-time job, then you can leave your full-time job to just start work on your part-time job. And doing things on your own terms, you get more freedom to choose what you want to do and when you want to work. Yeah, opposed to you do it for other people kind of thing. But there's still that like stability thing. Oh yeah, when I say a deep, right? Because I'm still going against my parents' terms in terms of I actually want to do this online content creation thing, but at the same time I also want to do like freelance filmmaking and whatever, which is sustainable. But they see from a very traditional standpoint, no, you need to get a mentor, work under a company for 5 years, and then you will feel stable, then you can decide what you want to do.
That's what my parents say too.
Yeah. Then I'm just like, so this is why this is what drives me every day to like, you're wrong, but I need to go and show that. So that's why I'm working on it every day. But like as Gary Vee says, like even if you take the risk and you try it and you fail, be humble and go back to your parents and just say like, I tried, I'm sorry, but at least I tried.
Yeah. I feel that like I always have the question of like, do you have a stable job? Are you gonna do this like, because I have a small business, right? So I sell shirts and tote bags. Then they're like, are you gonna do this for the rest of your life? Then they'll be like trying to say that like you need to stop this, you cannot do this forever, but not like out loud lah. So it's like with cherries and sugar on top type of thing. Yeah, and then I have the side of my friends like, oh wow, your work is so amazing type of thing. And then there's me lah, but then it's not going anywhere yet, and then I see people thriving, like their sales are like going up. And then they have brands that contact them, type of thing. And then there's me like thinking, am I doing this wrong? Yeah, so I think as a creative in Singapore, it's very, very tough for me to like find stability, because as a creative, it's like you are gonna like starve for a while, because you're gonna create so much content, and then after that, then you'll earn a bit only. You don't really won't earn a lot, and then maybe down the road, maybe 5 years from now, unless you have like, I don't know, connections and stuff, then it'll be like easier for you. Yeah, so would you think would you be happy, I don't know, if you're satisfied if like you had connections, people that actually bring you higher, or would you like work on your 2 feet to get to where you are? Like for example, you're going to be successful from your own efforts, compared to you are successful because your friends gave you like connections. That's why you're very up there now. Yeah, which one will you do though? Like in your own efforts or others?
I mean, I'm doing it on my own efforts now. So,
but if you had a choice,
I was still doing it on my own efforts. I think that's why they say startups are very fun, because you get to learn more than you learn from other people who tell you what is the right way. Then they say like, oh no, you shouldn't do that because it will therefore equate to failure. But then you never even get to that failure, and then you never learn from it because you've never been there.
True.
So at least I have this journey for me to learn, and I get more experience compared to the regular worker who just follows her. Yeah,
that's true. So like now you're just experiencing everything first lah.
Yeah lor.
Yeah.
If I want to like, what do you call it, settle down in the future, then find a job that just like, this is my dream at the end of my life. I want to open a daikon farm. Do you know what's a daikon?
No.
Daikon is the it's like that white radish,
Oh, I heard it's Dyson.
No. What, the Dyson farm? So you're like vacuuming, then you plant it in the ground. That's so weird. But
Factory. Going back, daikon.
Daikon, yeah, daikon.
Yeah.
Daikon in the mountains. If that's my retirement, then all this work that I'm doing now, what's it for?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I can actually just like open a daikon farm and just like do that for the rest of my life and be a master at it. But then there wouldn't be any challenge in the sense. Yeah.
So are you satisfied with where you are now?
Yeah, I love it. There's something that I keep thinking to myself, and a lot of people cannot comprehend. Where when people ask me about my mental health now, or they ask me, am I successful in life? And success defines as to be happy. I'm very happy every day. I've never woken up in my entire life for a very long time to be like, this is the best time in my life. Hamilton, this is the what? Look around. How lucky to be alive right now. So yeah,
that's
love
good.
it.
That's good.
Yeah.
What would you? Okay, so this is our last question.
Oh.
So what would you say to someone who wants to try everything, but maybe have a fear that like everything would like not not will not turn out the same way that they expected. Like they want to try different things. Yeah. So for example, they really want to try things that they're passionate about.
Okay.
But they have a fear that it won't work out because it risks, like, have a lot of risk, like money, you know, your earnings and everything. Yeah.
So they put money into it, is it?
Like, yeah, I mean, if you're, for example, if you're a startup, right?
Okay.
And then you really want to try everything, but then you don't have like the money for it. What would you say? Like they have a fear that it wouldn't like turn out well because yeah.
I think fear is temporary. Regret is forever. If you never tried it, then like how would you know? So just take the leap and just go lah. Yeah.
So this is Christen.
This is NickyAdopt.
And this is Thoughts Knots. See you in the next Thoughts Knots.
Bye.
I hope it didn't end in a very weird note.